Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about frequency. Okay? Will be based on Unit 2, page 28 of our Word 4, and our learning goal for today, or for this lesson, is talking about frequency. Okay? As you know, there is a frequency in everything we do. To express frequency, we use the adverbs of frequency. Let's see some of them. An adverb of frequency tells us how often something takes place. Always. I always wake up at 6 o'clock. Usually. I usually come home after work. Normally or generally. I normally swim after school. Often or frequently. I often spend Christmas with my friends. Sometimes. I sometimes play tennis on the weekend. I occasionally eat Vietnamese food. I seldom go to the library. I rarely listen to the radio. I never listen to rock music. When the adverb is a word, it goes after the subject. Examples. I always wake up at 6 o'clock. I sometimes play tennis on the weekend. We also use adverbial phrases, such as once a day, once a week, once a year, every day, twice a month, twice a year, on Saturdays, on weekends, among others. And in this case, they are placed at the end of a sentence. Examples. She gets up at 6 a.m. every day. They play cards once a week. We watch movies on Saturdays. I travel abroad twice a year. For questions, we usually use how often. How often do you make your bed? I make my bed every day. How often do you call your grandparents? I call them on Fridays. How often does your mother cook lasagna? She cooks lasagna once a month. How often does your father weed the garden? He weeds the garden twice a month. Our teachers, Anna and Hugo, will give us more examples in the following video. Let's watch.
Let's learn some new phrases, Anna.
That sounds good.
These phrases help us to describe how often we do something.
Okay.
How often? How often does she go to school?
Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 5 days. She goes to school 5 days a week.
Every day. He plays outside every day.
How often do you play outside?
Every week. They tidy their bedroom every week.
I tidy my bedroom every week too. I make my bed every day and I tidy my room once a week.
On Saturdays. They usually go to the park on Saturdays.
I like going to the park on Saturdays too.
He waters his plants once a day. That's every day, Anna.
That's important. Plants need water to live.
Twice a week. She practices the violin twice a week.
She practices twice a week. Keep practicing.
They have a football match 3 times a month.
3 football matches every month. They have a match 3 times a month.
Well, we've learned some new phrases that help us to describe how often we do something. Now, let's review them. How often does she go to school? Does she go to school once a week, 5 times a week, or 3 times a month? 5 times a week. She goes to school 5 times a week.
Unscramble these words. Every day. He plays outside every day.
How often do they tidy their bedroom? Do they tidy their bedroom once a year, every week, or twice a year? Every week. They tidy their bedroom every week.
Fill in the blank. They go to the park. They go to the park on Saturdays. Do you like going to the park? When do you go to the park?
True or false? He waters his plants once a year. False. He waters his plants once a day. It's important to water your plants. Plants need water and light to grow.
Fill in the blank. She practices the violin. She practices the violin twice a week.
How often do they have a football match? Is it every day, once a year, or 3 times a month? 3 times a month. They have a football match 3 times a month.
To finish, we're going to listen a song based on adverbs of frequency. Okay? I hope you enjoy it. It's a very beautiful song. So that will be all for today, and see you next time. Okay? Goodbye. Take care.
When I want to write something to tell you more about the verb, I can use adverbials, it's detailed to my words. When I want to write something to tell you more about the verb, I can use adverbials, it's detailed to my words.
So let me tell you about frequency. Frequency explains how often something happens. How often. So let me tell you about frequency. Frequency explains how often something happens. How often.
You could use sometimes,
Sometimes.
repeatedly,
Repeatedly.
normally,
Normally.
once,
Once.
occasionally,
Occasionally.
hardly ever,
Hardly ever.
seldom,
Seldom.
never.
Never.
When I want to write something to tell you more about the verb, I can use adverbials, it's detailed to my words. When I want to write something to tell you more about the verb, I can use adverbials, it's detailed to my words.